What's up, guys? Welcome to Garage 23 and to what's left of Clean Culture Japan. We made it here and caught the tail end of it, and there's still some pretty cool cars here left. Let's go check out and see what we can still see. Let's go. Here we got a super nice, I'm not sure what these are called here. In the States, these are both a Celica and a Supra. A Celica Supra, what you usually see on the back. This one's got the badges removed and stuff, so I'm not sure 100% what it's called. If you do know, let me know in the comments. It's probably still a Celica, but these are super cool. Got a little bit of like a AE86 look to them. Dope cage, interior, super clean. And probably the coolest car left here right now is this blue FDRX7 from REM EMEA. If you're into rotaries, you know REM EMEA is like one of the best shops when it comes to rotaries. And this one, geez, look at it. Just look at it. Awesome wide body kit. This is definitely kind of the look that I was trying to go for with the 350Z, where it's got like the Super GT inspired aero. As you can see, like with the fenders, they're flared out and then they're kind of square, like perpendicular to the road. And a lot of Super GT cars have that look. Apparently it's good for aerodynamics. You have like a really flat side to the car. Of course, endless brakes, just like all the best cars around here. These Subarus, I love the fluorescent brakes on these newer Subarus. That was a really nice touch by Subaru. This is another really awesome car, a Pandem R33 wide body. So in the States, Pandem or Rocket Bunny is they're called. I don't know which. It's kind of both, but it's kind of controversial in the States. A lot of people are getting like kind of burnt out on the whole bolt-on over fender look, and honestly, like this particular kit on this car, I'm not a super big fan of. I feel like it's a little too subtle and makes it look more like an S14 with like over fenders than a R33. But regardless, it's still pretty cool. First car we see here that I really like already is this military green S15 Silvia with the bronze Volk GTCs. It's the newer version of the GTCs. That looks really cool. Nice little louvers. I want to say it's kind of American inspired. You don't really see louvers on many Japanese cars other than like older 280Zs and stuff like that. Here we got what definitely looks like a purpose-built drift car. This one looks really cool. I love the S15 front on the S13 hatches. This has always been one of my favorite conversions. It's one of the few that actually looks like it belongs on a car. Because, you know, like I've said in other videos, usually when people do front or rear end conversions, it just doesn't flow with the rest of the car, because obviously the headlights or taillights were never meant to be on said car. The S15 front on the S13 hatch, probably one of the best. And that rear wing is really interesting too. That looks like a Type X wing, but I'm pretty sure it's not. It's got some interesting little like flame-like details to it. That was really cool. Over fenders, I'm not a big fan of, but I mean, it's a purpose-built drift car. What can you say? Oh, that Subaru's on air ride too. It's pretty awesome with the wide body kit and everything. It's nice that they let them drive on the grass. At home, we've been struggling to find a venue that lets us drive on the grass. If you guys didn't know, we host events. Hi Baby Chan coordinates these Ganbatte events, and we help coordinate the car show portion of it, along with Kopi Mart. All right, so that's pretty much all that was left of the actual inside of the show. But just like most of the shows back home, in the general parking area, there's pretty fire cars that don't enter the actual show for whatever reason. So let's go check some of those out. This, for example, Toyota Crown? It is a Crown Athlete. Custom pink paint job. This one will give our buddy Mo a run for his money. We got an A90 Supra on Kansei wheels. This is the best color for Supras. Like it kind of toes the line between like a burgundy and a red, but it is a little more on the red side. I hate burgundy, but like this is still like a really good dark red. So it's awesome. That's an awesome color. We got some S14s over there and a Corvette of all things. It's so weird that like we have this culture of like always wanting what we don't get, I guess, don't have. Because like in the US, obviously like all us 240 guys want like all the JDM front ends, JDM motors, all the stuff that is readily available over here. And then over here, all the guys are like, oh, I want this like dumb American car that anybody can get in the States. But here it's special because that's something you don't see every day. And super awesome examples of S chassis here, S14, S15, S13, and a Prius. Alright, so it looks like that's pretty much it for our very limited coverage of the very first Clean Culture Japan event. I think we're gonna go check out Daikoku and see if we can make up for it. Because so far everything today's been going wrong. We gotta do something to make up for it. So let's go check it out. All right, so for our failure at Clean Culture today, we managed to save it and we made it to Daikoku PA for our first time. It's pretty awesome here. It was not that big of a pain in the ass to get to, although I will say it was pretty expensive because just the trip from Chiba to Daikoku ended up being like $45. So not cheap, but definitely worth it. There's a good selection of cars here today, so let's go check them out. It's pretty hectic here. There's like cars getting here constantly, and constantly fighting for parking spots. Luckily we got here at a good time and there's a decent amount of parking spots left, but filling up quick. Big thanks to May, Samit's wife, that gave us the little tip to get here around 8:30. That's definitely the best time to get here. Just the selection here is like insane. You got like Ferraris, you got a freaking Rolls Royce, and then you got like Supras and 240s and stuff. It's insane. Got GR86s, Toyota MRS, and no JDM car meet would be complete without some Itasha. These are called Itasha because the sha part of it means car, but the first half of it means the kind of car it is. And you would think Ita would refer to like an Italian car, Itasha, Italian car, but no, this actually refers to Ita as in Itai, as in pain. So painful car, painful to look at, cringe car basically. So that's kind of funny. But I know everybody in our circle likes them, so it looks super intimidating to get here. But I gotta say it was pretty easy. Like we really didn't have any trouble. It's pretty straightforward getting here from the freeway. And keep in mind, that was my first time ever driving in Japan, and we got here just fine. So if you're worried about that kind of thing, I would say, you know, just go for it. It's not that bad. It's not super complicated or anything. Another awesome VIP car, Lexus LS. I think this is exactly like our friend Mo's car. But I don't think it has the same body kit, but yeah, it's an LS 460. I'm pretty sure that's what Mo has. The sheer amount of selection here. You got an R8 parked next to a Civic. It's awesome. A Civic and a Toyota Crown. These crowns are really starting to grow on me. I didn't really care for them at first, but seeing them in person, it's definitely an awesome daily to have. And we got a Toyota Soarer here. This is pretty similar to what we got at home with the 1J and all the nice bits that we didn't show that we're stripping off of it, but we might show that in a later video. I didn't actually, from all the pictures I've seen of this place, I didn't even know there was a Lawson here. That's one of the big three, I guess, konbinis in Japan. You got Lawson, Family Mart, and 7-Eleven. They happen to be the closest thing around the hotels that we've gotten lately, so we've just been going to Lawson's the most. Oh, we got a 280Z or 240Z, Fair Lady Z. I don't know. It's an S30 parking there. Oh, and another one of the Supras that we saw earlier, Celica Supra. Oh, actually, this one still got the badges, and it looks like it's just called a Celica here. Oh yeah, super awesome example of an S30. Nice and low too. It's nice that he still has stock fenders. A lot of people go to those bolt-on over fenders just because they end up rusting out around the wheel arches, and it's just easier to stick on some over fenders rather than properly fix the sheet metal. But if it was in good shape in the first place, that's even better. Another Tasha. A little bit of neon in the wheels. Nice JZX90. And we got another one of our peoples, a nice little G37. Still got the Nissan badge. That's cool to see. This would be what is known as the IPL bumper in the States, the Infinity Performance line or something like that. But here it's a Skyline. Nice little work wheels. And Akabono? Yeah, still got the Akabono calipers. Pretty awesome. It's super low. S15 Sylvia. Never get tired of seeing those. That's the best S chassis by far. We got more Chasers, JZX 100, JZX 100 in the best color. All right, continuing on down the line. Oh, actually, we need to point out what we parked next to. We have our Skyline 400R, and we parked next to an ER34 sedan, just because we wanted to park next to someone in the family. So, and of course, in the best color, black. Then on this side, we got a bunch of IS300s or Toyota Altezas, as they would be here. Oh, and the wagon. I love the wagons. It's another car I considered to have for a daily back home, but I could never bring myself to buy a Toyota. Really awesome S13 I just got here. Let's go check it out. And that's why we can't have anything nice. I thought this sounded interesting. This doesn't have a SR20 or RB or anything. It's got a 1UZ in it. There's actually a shop back home in Arizona that's really starting to specialize in these 1UZ swaps into S chassis. I think it's called the Pop Shop Pursuit of Perfection. I'll do a little link to them. They do really awesome work, actually. Super clean, wide body, SSR wheels. Are they SSR? Oh no, they're work wheels, Workmeisters. Still get the works and the SSRs confused. Oh, a nice little detail with the badging here. V8 4000. That's awesome. That's super subtle. I love how he did that. It even like blends in as if it was like an original sticker or something like that. Awesome. It's interesting that like this keeps getting used as like the place for guys on motorcycles to be annoying. So because this is the largest parking area in basically you know, the Tokyo area. It keeps getting used by all manner of car enthusiasts to, you know, have meetups, because there's obviously not a whole lot of places in Tokyo where you can fit more than like 2 cars. So being that this is so large, they all gather here, and unfortunately the police and stuff are starting to crack down on it, because stuff like that, the noise, people that live around here just are kind of annoyed with it, as is understandable. The one thing I will notice is oh, GTR. Get the Nismo. Another GTR. I'll go check those out in a bit. But as I was saying, like, the one thing I noticed is that it's a lot smaller. Like, this is by far the largest parking area, but it is quite a bit smaller than I thought it was. Just from seeing pictures of it for so long, I imagined it was much bigger than this. But this is like, I mean, a Walmart parking lot back home is much bigger than this. So it's interesting seeing it in person. Let's go finish checking out this row and see what we got. Looks like we got a club of taxi enthusiasts here. That's interesting. Nice, clean A86 coupe. I wonder if everyone that owns a coupe only owns one because they couldn't find a hatch, or if they actually like the coupe. It's kind of like the Mustangs, like the 65 or whatever. Like, there's coupes and then there's hatchbacks, and I feel like anybody that owns a coupe just couldn't afford a hatchback. Oh, and these guys were actually at we just saw these guys at Clean Culture. We figured a few people from there would make it here eventually too. You know, honestly, I'm a little bummed that Omoshiro doesn't have a sedan. Like, I really wanted to rent an R34 sedan, but the closest thing they had was the 400R. Which, don't get me wrong, it's an awesome car and it's super nice and comfortable. All the like technological amenities that it's got is like super cool. Yeah, I was really looking forward to driving an R34, but I'll settle for the 400R. All right, and over here we got another trumpet with the Veil side body kit. This is pretty much the same kit that you'd see on the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift 350Z. It's not the wide body version, but the front bumper is the same. And here it's called Wild Speed. Fun little fun facts. That's what I was trying to think of. Nice little fun fact for you guys. Oh, we got another R34 here. This one is a coupe. And it's got, I think this is an Uras kit. This one looks really interesting. Wheels are really interesting too. So I'm pretty sure it's a GTT. Yeah, GTT. What kind of wheels are these? Pro Drive? They look really cool, and it's interesting that he also did the Akabono front brakes, because, you know, like we saw at was it Up Garage, the factory Brembos are getting like stupid expensive, so it's more cost effective to go with Akabonos because they're 1, larger, and 2, cheaper. So it looks like does he even have the rears? I don't know, still on factory rears. Still good brakes though. Alright, moving on. Got a giant Toyota van. I'm really starting to like these vans. I keep forgetting what they're called. They're either Velfire or Alphard, or they have different names. Yeah, okay, this one's a Velfire. We saw a really awesome one when we went to Up Garage. It had even like the lowrider style of like engraving all the metal in it. The rear hatch garnish on it had like a bunch of engraving. It was super cool. This one's more or less stock, it looks like, but still they're kind of growing on me. We got Suzuki Swift, Mustangs in the US, Mustangs in Japan. Kakkoi. Makes me wonder what kind of engines they have, because like I know there's a bunch of regulations in Japan as far as like engine sizes and junk. That one does have the 5.0 badge, so I wonder if they do actually have 5.0s. Oh, station wagon. I'm a sucker for a good station wagon. And in red. Does that have Ferrari wheels? Hold on. My dude has Ferrari wheels on a Volvo station wagon. すいません、この車誰ですか？かっこいいね。ウィル、フラリウィル？
あ、そうです。
ボット、same bolt pattern? Fit? Bolt?
あ、
Fit?
フ
Wow.
ィット。
かっこいい。
ありがとうございます。
ビデオ撮ってもいいですか？
はい、いいですよ。ゴルフ。
わかりました。And then we got a 300ZX that just got here too. This one looks nuts, like very early 2000s body styling, but I don't know, I mean it works. It's starting to look nostalgic at this point, honestly. Like it used to look kind of tacky and ricey, but just see cars like this is starting to like bring back memories of like when we were younger and we thought this kind of thing was cool, which it's kind of starting to become cool now. Especially that wing. Let's get a closer look at that wing. This looks like something out of Alien. That is a crazy looking wing. I have no idea what this is. If you guys know, let me know in the comments, but I really dig this wing. Looks kind of like a stingray or manta ray or something. It's pretty cool. Oh, and it's got a wide body too. I didn't even notice at first. Big fan of the wide berthing hips. We were told to come on a Friday, but just with the way our schedule worked out, we had to wait till a Sunday. So I don't know if Sunday is not the best time to come to Daikoku, but still a good amount of cars. And like I said, there's stuff getting here like every second. So if you just wait like 10, 20 minutes, you have a whole new set of cars probably. Like that awesome Civic that wasn't there before. A Marlboro livery and everything. It's kind of cool. Got more chasers. 32 GTR that's just getting here that we definitely got to go look at. So a couple of cars I really like so far is this 350Z or Fairlady Z. This color looks really good on this. And it's got the Nismo bumper, kind of like what we got. But the fenders, it's got like these vented fenders that are really cool. And and you see a little bit of carbon showing through. So these are carbon fiber fenders. I wanted to do something like this on our car. So this is really awesome. And he's got the Graham Lights wheels with the neochrome lip. That's pretty old school actually. I don't even know if they still make those. Nismo rear bumper. Blue lenses on the mirrors. Another R34 sedan. So just from what we've seen so far, it seems like the 34 coupes really are kind of rare. We've only really seen one. Most of the ones we've seen are sedans. We got another Chaser or Mark II. I still honestly can't tell the difference between all the JZX platforms. Being I'm not primarily a Toyota guy, so. Oh, we got some new Yaris GRs, or GR Yaris, I should say. These are really cool, and I was actually really excited that they're bringing these, or the Corolla, to the US. That quickly turned into a disappointment because they started marking them up just ridiculous amounts, and now a Corolla costs like $70,000, and it's just stupid. We've got an absolute baller team of Toyota Crowns here. That's really freaking cool. The camber on these guys is ridiculous. Oh, Man, this is where we should have parked. This is our family right here. All these Q50s, and see, that's what I was talking about. They got the Infinity badges on them, so it's interesting. Like, I wonder how they're getting these parts. Like, are they getting dealerships to like ship them to them or something? That one still says Skyline on it. Hybrid. Interesting. すいません。この車誰ですか？すごいね。でもエンブレムどうやって買いましたか？
これはインフィニティですね。
はい。でもアメリカに
日本で日本バージョンです。日本バージョン。
はあ。
そうです。
で、they sell Infinity here?
いや。
はあ。
オリジナル。日本でも買えるこうやって。
はあ、わかりました。I didn't know. でも私はスカイライン400あります。はい。
400R 持ってるんですか？
はい。このあれは
どっかにあるんですか？来てくださいよこっち。
はい。
あれは日産だもんね。日産になるんだろうね今。
はい。
インフィニティもあります。でも日本にも少ないですけど。ちょっとだけ。
日産show you.
大丈夫大丈夫。
この私の車です。
めっちゃフロアいるじゃん。
パトロール、フェルレディ、
いっぱい。お金持ちね、リッチね。リッチマン。
いや。
I don't have money.
お金ありません。Too many cars. You want me to park next to them? いいね。
かっこいい。
かっこいい。
めちゃくちゃ速い。
めっちゃ速い。
私英語あんまりできない。英語ちょっとだけ。私
はメキシコ人です。
はい。
はい。
なるほど。